Honestly, this isn't even that funky.
Monthly favorites. I figured it was time to bring back the old school essence of YouTube. And I used to do monthly favorites videos literally every single month on the dot. So I need to talk to you about the things that I'm loving. I also went down memory lane and went through my entire archive of videos. And it's actually crazy to me what I actually thought was acceptable to be a YouTube video back then. Some of these vlogs that was shot on like an iPhone 5 and audio, visual, nothing is clear. We didn't have TikTok, we didn't have Instagram back in those days. So I guess I've got to give myself some grace because videos have evolved. That's all I'm trying to say. But the essence of sharing my favorite things with the internet is still just at the core of what I love. I'm gonna start off strong, and I'm gonna start off with what is on my lap right now. This is the best house coat I have ever put on my body. If you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you will see almost every single makeup video I've been wearing this robe. It is 100% cotton. It's by Rare Kin. It is their one and only house coat. It's got the, interior strap, but on top of that, it also has little wrist fasteners. So that way, water's not going up your sleeves aren't in the way if you're doing dishes. It's just very practical. And fun fact, I don't think any other house coat, to their knowledge or to my knowledge, has this. So that is a game changer. On top of it just being stunningly, absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. Designed here in Canada, made in Portugal, super high quality. I've put it in the wash, obviously. It has worn so well. I've worn it for the last 2 months straight. And I just don't need any other house coat. This is what I live in. Every single morning, every single day. And it has not gone viral yet. And I've seen literally not one person. Well, that's not true. I follow their page now, but I haven't seen this get enough love. And I feel like it's just a matter of time because it is the perfect combination of something that is not only super cute, but also very functional. Okay, next up. Wow, this hair is just not doing it. You know when you've been wearing a toque outside all day and then you get the imprint of it, and then my hair has been kind of knotted at the nape of my neck. Anyone in a winter climate will understand because the jackets, the scarves, the hats, it's just not doing it. Oh, I'm gonna have to interrupt this clip right now and insert my sourdough clip because making sourdough has been a favorite of mine. I thought it was way more high maintenance than it is. Once you actually have someone to guide you through it, you realize, yes, it requires some planning, but it's not impossible. So making homemade bread has been so, so amazing. And this is just the life I'm meant to be living. So insert sourdough clip here. And I need to feed my sourdough starter. Also, homemade banana bread muffins. I basically followed my banana bread recipe, which I have a whole video on, but I added whole wheat flour in. Honestly, I think eventually I'm just gonna do a whole video on sourdough because it feels like, actually, I can give you some better lighting. Why am I not just gonna do this for you? I had a lot of misconceptions. I thought that I had to feed this thing daily and it was like a full-time pet. I haven't fed this in a few weeks. This is my starter. This is my starter. I got this from my friend Rachel, who gave me a very beautiful active starter. And she kind of taught me the way because there's just so much information online and it can just be a bit daunting and I don't know which way is best. So she came over and taught me and now I feel like I know what I'm doing. The only thing about sourdough is that it is a little tedious. You have to kind of plan a few days before you actually want the dough. And especially since my starter isn't active, I am gonna activate it today and feed it and then do the bread making kind of tomorrow. You let it rest, you let it proof. And then the third day is when I'll actually have the bread. So yes, it happens over 3 days, but this will take me 5 minutes. So the work today is not that hard, you know what I mean? So now I'm that person that's buying massive bags of flour. I need about 200 grams of starter. And again, open to feedback because I'm at the very beginning of my journey. Okay, I'm gonna get all the starter out. I use literally a wooden chopstick because this stuff is so sticky. Also, look at this line that I got on my stomach. I was trying to get some gains and I had a ton of plates on my hips doing hip thrusts at the gym. And then I pinched my stomach in the weights. And I was kind of like, oh, that hurt, ow. And then the next day I woke up and I had this massive purple stripe on my stomach, which actually it's gone down a ton. It's been a couple days now, but it's why does the universe curse me when I'm trying to do what's best for my health? Okay, so basically all I'm doing, I have my scale here, my food scale. So I'm gonna put it into a new jar so that way I can weigh how much starter I have. I will say when you make your first loaf of sourdough, it makes you really appreciate all the store sourdough that I've ever paid good money for, like my local bakery sourdough, because I'm like, that is a steal. The amount of effort that goes into it. So this starter's gonna go in. So I think the ratio I'm gonna do today is 1 part starter to 2 parts water, 2 parts flour. 200. Whoa, this is gonna be a lot. Whoa, my massive bag of flour.
Oh, this might be exploding out of my jar soon enough. My jar's a little small. This is my lovely concoction. I'm gonna stir it up and then let that rest on the counter, and that's all the work I have to do for today. Okay, the starter is activated. I think it's time for a little muffin taste test. Okay, let's see. Which one would you pick? Oh, you know what? I think this one. These actually last really good if you freeze them. Some of the chocolate's still melty. Wow, this is gonna be the perfect afternoon treat. Look at my little muffin. So simple. I'm not kidding. That probably took me about 10 minutes to make. 30 minutes, 40 minutes in the oven. I love life.
Fresh bread, there is nothing like it. Okay, if you've been following my videos for a little bit, you will see I am on a natural material journey. Not 100% perfect about it, but I'm trying to be way more intentional about reading care labels and learning about what is in the fabric of my clothes. On that journey, I've had to buy special laundry detergent. Well, I've kind of been looking at everything in my life, like skincare, beauty, and I do want to be very mindful about the things that I am consuming and using on an everyday basis. All that being said, I needed a laundry detergent that could be used on my natural materials. Like I have like this beautiful vintage silk skirt, things that I want to preserve and make sure that I'm washing them correctly. There's actually this amazing dry cleaner. Oh, what's his name? I'll have to insert it. He's like, I'm a 5th generation New York dry cleaner, and he does amazing videos, and I love all of them. So I've been very into caring for the items that I have and making sure that they're gonna last a long time. Did a deep dive on a bunch of laundry detergents. I always try not to slander certain brands. My rule is if I'm talking about something, I love it. And if I'm not mentioning something, there's probably a reason why. I was using a very stereotypical, probably not good for you, not good for the environment, laundry detergent, and that's just what I'd always used. Now this is Guess on Earth. I actually had tried their hand soap before. They're a Canadian brand. What I love about them is that they're very environmentally conscious and very transparent about their ingredient list, their supply chain, the manufacturing process, just like a good company doing good things. And I just want to see them thrive. I mean, I think they are thriving. All that to say, the smell of this is so addicting. This is the green hinoki. Am I saying that right? They do an unscented version as well, which I haven't tried. I just love the smell of this. And now it just smells like my clothes and it's so nostalgic. And I bought 2 refills. The good thing about the Guess on Earth stuff, and I actually have since purchased their hand soap and other items, they do like cleaning supplies. A lot of their products are really light on water, AKA they're like a concentrate, which is one, environmentally friendly because then you're not shipping heavy boxes of water when you're mailing things. But then 2, you end up needing to use less. So basically, this doesn't look like a lot of laundry detergent, but you really only need 1 or 2 pumps. If it is a full load, I will do 3, but such a small amount goes a long way because it is a concentrate. When you buy like your typical box store laundry detergent, 90% of that, 95% of that, don't quote me, is water. So even though it quantity-wise feels like a bigger jug of detergent, you're probably actually getting less surfactants and less cleaning agents. I feel like I am pretty particular about laundry detergent. I did kind of go through a bunch of different eco laundry detergents, and I kind of really mapped everything out versus like cost, effectiveness, sustainability, trying to get to the most local if possible. Anyways, this one rung out to be my favorite. They also had a really good Black Friday sale, like a bundle that was the extra incentive because at first glance, I was like, that seems expensive for laundry detergent. That being said, I've had this for, what are we in? We're in February, 2 months now, and I haven't really made a dent in this, but I have a refillable container, and I'm just very excited about it. I feel like I felt like for a while I had like product fatigue and overwhelmed. There was just so much stuff, especially in like COVID times and then the TikTok boom. There was just so many products and things that I almost kind of like rejected it and didn't want any new items, and I felt like I wasn't excited by a lot of things for a long time, but I feel like I have since kind of found my footing again and really found brands and products that really resonate with me, which then makes me even that much more excited to talk about things. Obviously, it goes without saying, none of this is sponsored, I wish. That was also a thing too I just spat on myself. Oh my God, I'm like salivating and drooling. That was a thing too for a while though. I felt like any videos that were talking about products, they were always sponsored, and it was like kind of driving me nuts because I'm like, I don't trust any of these opinions, and this is all seeming like a commercial script that you're reading off of. And yeah, I was rejecting everything. That being said, the reason I fell in love with YouTube was watching people and recommending products, and I still do love products. So all that to say, this is amazing. If you're looking for a new laundry detergent, highly, highly recommend Guess on Earth. Shout out to a fellow Canadian company. Love ya. I hope they see this video. Love you. Okay, I think we should go on the train of another Canadian brand. I will say, it is always something that you want to be mindful of course, shopping local or trying to shop from other brands that are Canadian. But there is nothing like the tariffs and all of that stuff that really makes you focus on where products are coming from. Shout out to Everest. This is the Everest Shampoo Concentrate Mini, and this is the Deep Conditioner. So these are perfect for traveling. When I'm traveling personally, am gonna carry on. If I'm traveling for like a work trip and I'm like bringing a ton of things, then I'm doing a checked bag. But if I am on my own, I'm normally trying to do just a carry-on only. So you have to be mindful of the 100 milliliter size limits. So going with a concentrate like this is really great. Same theory about the concentrate, that there's just not water in here. So it is just like the pure product. So you activate it and mix it in with water as you're shampooing your hair. So a little goes a long way. There's like a pepperminty freshness that just feels so good on your scalp. I don't even know if it actually is peppermint. It must be. Aloe, orange, rosemary, clary, sage, peppermint oil. Duh, I trust my nose. So yes, I went on a trip to New York and I used these the whole time. They were amazing. I used to use, and I still do love, the Lush shampoo bars. Those are great if you actually want a solid. This is technically a cream, but I believe these are these made in BC? I don't know why I think these are made in British Columbia. Anyways, these are made in Canada. I was super impressed by these. Try them. I saw them at Health Hut. That's why I discovered them. Okay, next up, let's do a little jewelry fave. This is also Canadian. This was not planned. They're not all from Canada, but this just happens to be a trend. Jenny Bird. I love Jenny Bird. Now, I pretty much only wear Majuri and Jenny Bird jewelry. If you ever see any of the jewelry that I'm wearing, my rings are basically mostly all Majuri. I flip between the two brands. I do love them both. Jenny Bird is amazing for, I feel like, more statement pieces. If I'm going for something a little more funky, sometimes more trendy, I feel like Jenny Bird is what I lean towards. They have such fun pieces. These are these big old puffs. They're just kind of like a more modern and funky kind of hoop, and I've been very into silver lately, or at least experimenting with silver. I am a gold jewelry girl at my core. I also always feel like these make a really good gift idea because a lot of the pieces aren't fine jewelry, so it's not like extremely expensive, but they're also not like cheap H&M jewelry either, so it's something a little more elevated, something more unique, lasts super well, and super fun and special designs, but they look very high end. Love Jenny Bird. Everything they come out with, I'm always drooling over the new stuff. Oh, I feel like my nose is dripping. If there is snot, just please ignore it, okay? Okay, next up. Oh, I got this as a birthday gift. Birthday or a Christmas gift? One of the two. This is Flamingo Estate Jalapeno Candle. You know this is up my alley. There is also an heirloom tomato one, which I have the hand soap version. Love that. I thought I would try the jalapeno. Jalapeno. Hey Google, how do you say jalapeno?
That's pronounced jalapeno.
I just had like a full brain issue over that. Have I been saying that wrong my whole life? I definitely am one of those people. Like, I feel like I mispronounce words all the time. It smells like walking into a juice shop, just like so green and fresh, and also makes me fantasize on my future farm that I want to live on. And by farm, I just mean a really fabulous garden and beautiful outdoor space. It just smells so nice. There was this person I remember back on TikTok that would just be like, let's make dinner tonight and let me harvest from my garden and let that guide the dinner. That is what I want one day. And this smells like I'm getting one step closer. Also, the glass vessel for this, luxury. I actually just bought one of these as a gift for one of my friends. Again, one of those things, you never want to spend the money on it yourself, but receiving it as a gift is very nice. Love it. Ooh, what do I want to do next? Let's do this one. So I used this morning. I've been using it the last few mornings. I kind of break it off into little chunks. This is the Sage Sun Shower. These are basically, think a bath bomb for your shower. So you put these on the ground floor, and there's like menthol, I think, in this one. This one is specifically like a citrusy kind of uplifting scent, but I swear there's like a menthol, like something that kind of wakes up your eyes. Oh yeah, there is menthol. I knew it. Again, it like literally makes you a little bit in the shower, in the best way though. So if you're having a rough morning, and again, Toronto has had a very harsh winter, cold, long, and I've also been on a morning kick, which is very off-brand for me. Now, I am normally up and out of bed by 7 a.m., which in the winter, it's still dark out. And having a shower when it's still dark out, it doesn't really, add the pep into your step. So these things are great because they just burn your eyeballs and make you wake up. That's gonna be a really nice slow-mo. I think they do other like shower steam scents. I've only tried this Sun one. They are so good. Hack, break them up so that way they don't get wasted all in one shower. Put it kind of like near the drain and it just kind of, so good. Okay, this is relevant because I talk about SPF. I know the right thing to be doing. I've tried so many different SPFs. It's a hard habit for me sometimes. I'm an acne prone girly and I always feel like my pores get clogged and I end up getting little bumpies on my skin no matter what I use. That's not true. I obviously have some that I like, but there's always just like the slime, the feeling, and it feels like an extra step. I know, SPF. SPF is important. Obviously, if I know I'm gonna be out in the sun, I will put on SPF, but day to day, I still struggle. I'm afraid to say this. I feel like the comments are gonna come for me. It really wasn't until Clinique made the Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion with SPF that it just feels like an effortless step. Since it's not like another step I have to do after my moisturizer, it just fits so seamlessly in. And the formula is slightly different than the just plain Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion, but you can't really tell. It does also add that little sunscreeny kind of sheet on your face, which does look good in the middle of winter. But yeah, it just doesn't feel like a complicated, glunky, extra SPF step, and I've been kind of like tricking my brain into using it, and I've been using it every day. I'm also just a tried and true Clinique girl. Literally the first product I was ever influenced was by Megan Hart's makeup, and it was the Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel, and I remember going to the Bay at Lime Ridge Mall in Hamilton. And I remember feeling so cool when I bought it. Anyways, love the SPF version. This was a long time coming, and I think they did a really great job with it. Okay, and last product. Am I already through everything? I feel like I'm speeding through. Oh, I'm kind of like sad. I want to savor the moment. If you want to see me like properly ranting and chatting and you want to hang out with me longer, I posted a Get Ready With Me last week where I'm chatting about a little bit of everything, like the fitness industry, talking about consumerism, influencer life. I'm really just ranting, but that does feel more like a hangout. Go watch that. I'll link it above. I feel like I'm back in my YouTuber-y era. Who are you loving on YouTube right now? I feel like I'm in a bit of a drought that I don't know what creators I should be obsessed with right now. Like I watch some people once in a blue moon. I feel like I watch more interview-y kind of things or like long form, more podcast style, but I like when it feels more casual. But I'm like, I want like an influencer YouTuber, like a person. So who do you love? Tell me. Influence me. Okay, last but not least, this I just cracked open a few days ago. So this is fresh, okay? This is the Osea, algae body butter. And I have tried my fair share of body butters. This one is absolutely divine. Oh, the scent is super light, slightly citrusy, but smells like very like natural and not too overwhelming. But the texture of this butter is so insane. It's super rich, but also when you massage it into your skin, there's absolutely no oily residue at all. And I don't mind an oily residue. Like I'm someone that likes to kind of butter up and I'll stand and I'll let it marinate. This one doesn't have that at all, which is nice if you want to get dressed right away. It was something that was exciting and I haven't heard anyone talk about it. It feels so good and I'm just excited now to try more things from the brand. I also just know that this is at the Detox Market in Toronto, which is all very specific, rigid standards for clean beauty. So I figure that's gotta be something good. But yes, that is everything I've been loving. I need to smell this one more time. Oh, this is just like, it's so addicting. Let me know if you enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any favorites or anything that you think I should try out or that I need to test or review. I'm back in my wanting to try new things. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe. If you watch these and don't subscribe, I take that personally. Make sure you subscribe. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram. I'm always posting other things over there. And I will keep you updated with my sourdough journey over there. If you want a more in-depth video, let me know because I feel like I want to be like, not that I could be the sourdough guide. I'm not that level yet. But if you want like a very approachable guide to sourdough, holler at me. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.